Hello everyone, welcome to our first language comparison video, where we will see some patterns in the most basic phrases in some of the most common languages of the Romance, Germanic and Nordic families. If you pay attention carefully, you will see in the following lesson great similarities in the groups of family trees and languages. Knowing and remembering the patterns and similarities will give you more of a chance to 1. Learn and remember a new language more easily. 2. Identify an unfamiliar language. And 3. Comprehend the meaning of a language even if you don't have any previous knowledge of it. Firstly, let's take a look at 9 basic phrases in the 3 family language trees to see some similarities, and then we will compare them together and you will see how easy it is to identify and remember those patterns in a language. Here are some greetings such as hello or good day. Note, there is other ways to say hello in different languages. For example, hello in German,
Hallo,
or
Ciao.
in Italian, depending on the time of day or the person who you are speaking with. This also is the case when saying goodbye to somebody.
In English.
hello,
In French.
Bonjour.
In Italian.
buongiorno,
In Spanish.
buenos dias,
In Portuguese.
bom dia,
German.
guten Tag,
Dutch.
goedendag,
Afrikaans.
Goeiedag.
Swedish.
good dag,
Norwegian.
god dag,
Danish.
god day,
Here's how to say goodbye or farewell.
English, goodbye, French,
Au revoir.
Italian, arrivederci, Spanish, adios, Portuguese, adeus, German, auf Wiedersehen, Dutch, tot ziens, Afrikaans,
Tot ziens.
Swedish,
Hej då.
Norwegian,
Ha det bra.
Danish,
Hei hei.
Here's how to say please. Note that in Danish it does not exist.
In English.
please,
In French.
S'il vous plaît.
In Italian.
per favore,
In Spanish.
por favor,
In Portuguese.
por favor,
German.
bitte,
Dutch.
alsjeblieft,
Afrikaans.
Alsjeblieft.
Swedish.
Snälla.
Norwegian.
Vær så snill.
Here's how to show courtesy. Here we have put very much in brackets so that you can see how to say thank you and even thank you very much in the 11 languages.
In English.
thank you very much,
In French.
Merci beaucoup.
In Italian.
grazie mille,
In Spanish.
muchas gracias,
In Portuguese.
muito obrigado,
German.
vielen Dank,
Dutch.
hartelijk dank,
Afrikaans.
Baie dankie.
Swedish.
Tack så mycket.
Norwegian.
Tusen takk.
Danish.
mange tak,
Here is how to ask someone how they are or how they are doing or how's it going.
In English.
how are you doing,
In French.
Comment allez-vous?
In Italian.
come va,
In Spanish.
como estás,
In Portuguese.
tudo bem,
German.
wie geht's,
Dutch.
Hoe gaat het met je?
Afrikaans.
hur gaat het met jou,
Swedish.
Hur har du det?
Norwegian.
Hvordan har du det?
Danish.
hvordan går det,
Here is the reply to how are you by saying I'm well, I'm okay, I'm good.
In English.
I'm fine,
In French.
Je vais bien.
In Italian.
Sto bene.
In Spanish.
estoy bien,
In Portuguese.
tudo bem,
German,
Mir geht es gut.
Dutch,
Het gaat goed.
Afrikaans,
Het gaat goed.
Swedish,
Jag mår bra.
Norwegian,
Jeg har det bra.
Danish,
Fint.
In some languages, to say my name is, they say I am called or I call myself. Let's take a look.
English. My name is. French.
Je m'appelle.
Italian. Mi chiamo. Spanish. Me llamo. Portuguese. Meu nome é. German. Mein Name ist. Dutch. Ik heet. Afrikaans. Mijn naam is. Swedish.
Jag heter.
Norwegian.
Jeg heter.
Danish. Jeg hedder.
Here's how to express if you don't understand or you don't comprehend something.
In English.
I don't understand.
In French.
Je ne comprends pas.
In Italian.
Non capisco.
In Spanish.
Non comprendo.
In Portuguese.
Não entendo.
German.
Ich verstehe nicht.
Dutch.
Ik begrijp het niet.
Afrikaans.
Ik versta niet.
Swedish.
Jag förstår inte.
Norwegian.
Jeg forstår ikke.
Danish.
Jeg forstår ikke.
And finally, let's see how we say I love you in all the languages. Note that in some languages expressing love can be different depending on the relationship. For example, you could express your love to God, or to your parents, or even in a romantic relationship. This all depends on the language. The examples given here are generally the romantic version of I love you.
In English.
I love you.
In French.
Je t'aime.
In Italian.
Ti amo.
In Spanish.
Te quiero.
In Portuguese.
Eu te amo.
German.
Ich liebe dich.
Dutch.
Ik hou van jou.
Afrikaans.
Ek is lief vir jou.
Swedish.
Jag älskar dig.
Norwegian.
Jeg elsker deg.
Danish.
Jeg elsker dig.
Now, can you see the similarities between the family trees? For an example, good in the Latin or Romance languages generally have a
Bien.
Bene. Bien. Bem.
feeling to their word for good in English. And in the Germanic family tree, the word is very similar to
Gut.
we can also see that in German,
Tag.
feels like day in English. If these words Guten Tag are put together, we get a feeling of good day or hello.
Guten Tag.
Can you see in the following example the same point in the Romance languages? Here we have the words for good in their languages.
Bon.
Buon.
Buenos. Bon.
They mean good, and the word meaning day
Jour.
Giorno.
Dias. Dia.
putting these together would generally make good day or hello.
Bonjour.
Buongiorno. Buenos dias. Bom dia.
We can see many patterns and similarities in languages because they all share history and influence from different languages over time. Can you see the following similarities in the Scandinavian languages that mean can you help me?
Kan du hjälpa mig? Kan du hjälpa mig?
Kan du hjælpe mig?
Can you see the word can in all of these three languages? It seems like the English can,
Kan. Kan.
Kan.
and the words
Hjälp. Hjälp.
Hjælp.
seem to resemble the English help. I suppose then, if we see the word
Mig. Mig.
Mig.
in the problem we solved with can and help, it could mean me. Therefore, the phrase in Swedish
Kan du hjälpa mig?
could mean can you help me? And note that
Du.
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 sounds a little like you in English, or tu, meaning you in the Romance languages. This is just an example of using your initiative when working out a language. And though it's not always right, it can massively help you if you're willing to break the meaning of a foreign language phrase. So now, let's evaluate some foreign phrases together from the family trees and learn some of the etymology, the origins of the words, and try to make some rules to remembering phrases in these different languages according to their family trees and a feeling of the words. Firstly, let's look at the Romance family. Can you notice that for please in the Romance languages, the words are asking for a favor, which means please, for example, in Spanish,
Por favor.
and Portuguese,
Por favor.
and
Per favore.
in Italian, translates literally as for a favor, and in French,
S'il vous plaît.
means if you please. A great way to remember thank you in the Romance languages is simple. I remember them as a person has done something for me, and I said thank you. I am grateful to you. The word grateful is the key word in English, so you can now remember the Italian,
Grazie.
the Spanish,
Gracias.
quite easily. Although in French I remember
Merci.
like I have asked somebody for mercy, and they have granted it to me, and therefore I am thankful to them. So, merci, thanks. I remember in Portuguese,
Obrigado.
as I have always asked someone to do something for me, and they are obliged to do it, meaning they must do it, and therefore I am thankful in return. Obrigado, obliged, thank you.
Obrigado.
Do you remember the word for good in the Romance languages? They were.
Bien.
Bene. Bien. Bem.
So, to say that I am well or I am good, we unfortunately have to learn the verb I am, or I stay, or I go in those languages, and add the word for good. Note, in some languages you don't have to use the pronoun I, and in some cases a verb, such as in Italian, sto, meaning to be. You can just say
Bene.
meaning good, or I'm good, instead of sto bene.
Je vais bien.
Io sto bene.
Yo estoy bien.
Eu estou bem.
Easy. To remember I don't understand in the Romance languages, we just need to think from Latin. In English we use the word comprehend to understand something. So if you can remember that verb from Latin, you can remember the French, Italian, Spanish and Portuguese. In this example, we have used I don't understand, so that you can see how easy it is to make something negative, just by adding.
Ne.
Non.
No.
Non.
In French, we have.
Je ne comprends pas.
In Italian.
Non capisco.
In Spanish.
Non comprendo.
And this also goes for Portuguese.
Não entendo.
To remember this, remember it like this. That you don't intend to know what someone is saying, and you don't understand. It's easy, right? To say you love someone, I love you, in the Romance languages, we have to think about the Latin verb amare. The love verb in French, Italian, Spanish and Portuguese would be
Aimer.
Amare.
Amar.
Amar.
Then we just conjugate the verbs using personal pronouns such as I, you, he or she, it, we, you, and they. So can you now see that most of the words for you in the Romance languages use
Tu. Ti.
Te.
Ci.
for the word you, and the verb
Aimer.
Amare.
Amar.
Amar.
to make the phrase I love you.
Je t'aime.
Ti amo.
Te amo.
Eu te amo.
We can see the to love verb modified to mean I love, and the person
Tu. Ti.
Te.
Ci.
meaning you. Now let's take a look at the Germanic languages. To ask how a person is doing in the Germanic languages, we have the following. Can you see in Dutch and Afrikaans that there are great similarities?
Hoe gaat het met je? Hur gaan dit met jou?
Hoe?
and
Hoe.
seems like how in both languages, and
Je.
Jou.
means you. In this case,
Gaat.
in Dutch,
Gaan.
in Afrikaans, means is going. So this phrase basically means how's it going? How are you doing? Or how are you? In German, it's a little different with
Wie.
meaning how and
Geht.
meaning it goes. So, how it goes, or how's it going, or how are you?
Wie geht's?
I don't speak. Note, we have put the negative in brackets so that you can see how to say I speak, and also I don't speak. In this phrase, can you notice the personal pronoun I? It's easy. It's
Ich.
in German,
Ik.
in Dutch, and
Ek.
in Afrikaans. The verb is after, to speak,
Spreche.
in German, and
Spreek.
in Dutch. Even though in the Afrikaans language it's
Praat.
can you see how it sounds negative around the verb using?
Nie.
So it reads, I speak not. Then the name of a language would come next. This rule is the same in German and Dutch too. I speak not. The same rules apply in the phrase I don't understand, where the translation would sound in English like I understand not. This time the German and Afrikaans seem similar instead, with the verbs
Verstehen.
and
Verstaan.
meaning to understand. To remember this is the fun of studying and learning and trying to break their codes. That's the fun of learning languages. Now let's take a look at how to tell someone that you love them. Do you remember the pronoun for I in German? It's
Ich. Ich.
the verb
Liebe. Liebe.
love and
Dich.
you. I love you.
Ich liebe dich.
Easy. In Dutch, we remember I as
Ik.
and the verb
Houden van.
to love and
Jou.
meaning you, when we have finished modifying the verb so that it sounds grammatically correct. So I love you is
Ik hou van jou. Ik hou van jou.
in Afrikaans, it's a little longer,
Ek is lief vir jou.
or
Ek het jou lief.
this can be literally translated as I am loving for you. It's a little crazier, but don't forget that every language and culture is unique. That's what makes a language different from every other language. Okay, now let's take a look at the Nordic languages and see what we can see. Here's how to say good day or hello in Swedish, Norwegian and Danish. Does it look familiar? It looks similar to what we learned in the Germanic languages, right? The ways to say hello in this way seem like the Germanic languages, because in the Germanic, the word for good was
Guten.
Goed.
Goeie.
Good.
Cool.
Cool.
and the word for day is
Tag.
Dag.
Dag. Dag.
Tag.
Day.
Good day. Guten Tag.
Goedendag.
Goeiedag.
Good dog.
God dag. God day.
Note, remember that this is how to say good day or good afternoon, but there are other ways to say hello in these languages. It depends on the time of day and whom you are speaking with. For example,
Hej.
in Swedish. Do you know why they look familiar to the Germanic languages? Because the Nordic languages are North Germanic languages. That means they were developed in history from the Germanic languages over time. Knowing that they share a history can help you in the future when learning new words, phrases or terms. In the Nordic languages, to ask how something is or somebody is, it's very similar. Let's take a look in the languages.
Swedish,
Hur har du det?
Norwegian,
Hvordan går det med deg?
Danish,
Hvordan går det?
Can you see the resemblance? Hearing them is also very similar. Let's take a look at the way to say I love you in the Nordic languages. I love you in Swedish,
Jag älskar dig.
Norwegian,
Jeg elsker deg.
Danish.
Jeg elsker deg.
We can see that the phrases are very similar and have only some differences in pronunciation and spelling. The G is much more stronger in Swedish. I is
Jag.
Jeg.
Jeg.
and the verb to love goes in the middle.
Älskar.
And,
Älsker.
and
elske,
the word for you goes at the end.
Dig.
Deg.
Dig.
Now that we learned and compared some basic phrases, we can now move on to more phrases and vocabulary in the next lesson. We will now leave you with some bonus tongue twisters. In English,
She sells seashells on the seashore. The shells she sells are seashells, I'm sure.
in French,
Un chasseur sachant chasser doit savoir chasser sans son chien.
in Italian,
33 trentini entrarono a Trento, tutti e 33 trotterellando.
in Spanish,
¿Cómo quieres que te quiera? Si el que quiero que me quiera, no me quiere como quiero que me quiera.
in Portuguese,
O rato roeu a roupa do rei de Roma.
in German,
Fischers Fritze fischt frische Fische. Frische Fische fischt Fischers Fritze.
in Dutch,
Liesje leerde Lotje lopen langs de lange lindenlaan.
in Swedish,
7 sjösjuka sjömän.
in Norwegian,
4 fine hvite fisker på et fint hvitt fiskefat.
in Danish,
Røde, røde, rødøjet, rødne, røde, øret med fløde.
So check out lesson 2 to carry on your journey in becoming a polyglot or a better language learner. Please leave a like on this video so we know that you enjoyed it and we can continue to make more. Subscribe to our channel to support us and help us keep up the hard work that we do. Remember to comment on all our videos with your thoughts, questions and comments so that we can help you or reply to you. And don't forget to ring the notification bell to keep up to date when we make our new videos. See you soon.